woke up at 2. I couldn't sleep thinking that this thing was going to be a failure. And before the truck even showed up, before I get my cable set up, people were lined up and yelling at me if I was the paper shred guy. So I chose not to really press anybody with real estate questions or anything. And I had a few people that just came up and say, hey, you know what, I'm thinking about selling and doing 1031 exchange. Another one wants to downsize from a house in Naples into a condo in Naples, and a couple other little ones are a little further out. But I had really good success. And, yeah, so it went very, very well. As a matter of fact, they all want me to come back next year. And they gave me suggestions and tips on how to make it bigger.
That's great.
Better.
Great.
So I'm working on some things.
So you put together an idea, you had a budget, you door knocked and invited, right? You didn't just mail and pray. That's my favorite real estate like a technique, I guess. Oh, is that you, Teresa? Okay, well, yeah. And so the point is you took an active result and you got an active result from it, right? How many listing leads you got? 2, 3 from there?
Well, 2 for sure. We're still working on it. One of it is a 1031 exchange, so I'm trying to give him send him some info. But I door knocked. I sent a mailer while I was traveling in Greece, so they thought I was here. I took out a Facebook, Instagram ad through the title company, and you're able to direct it right to that area. And then I did something else. Oh, I bought like 900 something email addresses for the title company, so everybody got an ad and an email.
Awesome.
Don't forget about the business perspective.
So I hit up not all, but I hit up a lot of the businesses in Naples on 2nd Street who donated some prizes that I used to raffle off. And that was just another way that I could get names, addresses, and emails.
That's amazing. Congrats, you guys. Round of applause for awesome. Recommend taking active steps to achieve that active result. I love it. Congrats. So just to go in a little bit deeper, thank you guys all for attending Red Day. It was a fun, communal, sunburnt, back-breaking, maybe take 2 or 3 showers, wonderful day together. I know we all had a really, really good time communing, I think, like with the earth and with each other. We saw some things being built, which was really fun. You guys got up half the arbor, right? And it was so funny to see you and Fritz and everyone else kind of around there trying to build things. And the trees looked beautiful. We had a lot of trees that got planted and named thusly, which I thought was pretty cute and pretty funny. But I just want to do a quick little thank you to those. Thank you, Minnie. Next slide. So just like Minnie said, I just want to do a special shout out to Valerie and to Leslie. Leslie, our ALC member who helped put this together. She worked really hard to coordinate this stuff and come up with a plan, get everyone together, get our support together. And then of course, Valerie for connecting us with this wonderful organization and playing, kind of the main point person there for us. And really giving, again, a very meaningful day that we got to spend together. We're looking forward to going back maybe when things start growing, especially when she announced that we could have alcohol there. So that might be a happy hour or barbecue or something in the near future.
Absolutely, that would be great. Really, I don't deserve any thank yous. I want to really thank you. The contribution, so many people participated and they worked so hard. The garden director, our person said, we never worked with such good closure before. Nobody stopped when finished the task. And planted trees, planted a food for a giving garden that goes to the food banks in California, Long Beach. I was just reading an article this morning that nationwide, 30% of 4-year college students suffer food insecurity. 2-year colleges is 40%. Growing up food makes a difference. It's planted and harvested in July. We'll plant again or fall, and every time we harvest, we plant again in all of our gardens. All of the trees that were planted, half the arbor was built, platform for all of it was established, and the other half was put up on Saturday. The report was absolutely amazing. and we want to thank you, and I personally want to thank you. You made it look good.
Everything you've done. We just appreciate you guys so much. So maybe be careful what you wish for when you ask for something more laborious for Red Day this year, right? You know, we consumed a lot of ibuprofen at the Hardy household. To someone else, want to give a shout out, congrats to our King Richard. Come on here. Use your two legs or have someone push you. Okay. Sorry. Just a shout out and congrats to Capper Richard Sperling. Richard, what's one thing that you could share with the group to keep them motivated and tell them how to get there? We're here at 7, right? 7:30. I love that. Cool. Thank you. Take the picture. Shout out.
Big smile, yes. Don't smile, yes. There we go.
There you go. You heard it here first. Get your butt to work. Right? It's a really new concept that we should all try. So closings this week. Congrats to our closing Esmeralda, Jasmine, Keith Koss, Leslie, Tim Majka twice, Richard Sperling, Brandy there. Congrats, Brandy. See you back there. Robert Reynolds, CZRE, the Minution Group, and both the Lindsay and the Lindsay from our team. Ready? Okay, you guys, drum roll please. Drum roll please. Woo! $8,339,995. Congrats. It's another really strong week for you. It's good to see the market picking up. Seems like you're feeling it. You guys are out in the industry a little bit more and out in the field. Looking for houses, so that's good to see.
You get beat TV by $200,000.
You know, maybe that's what we need to do because we're so competitive. We should list them every week. Let's take a look at our new listings that we have this week. Jeff Loftus has a new listing in Long Beach on Oceana, 3-bed, 3-bath, 11198. New listing, Dana Lewis Rogers. Dana has new listing in Santa Ana for $610,000, 4-bed, 2-bath. It's 1,283 square feet. Leslie, do you want to pitch your listing?
We went live last Thursday. We had 101 groups going through over the weekend. We currently have Friday offers all well. So we're doing tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So if you have somebody send it in ASAP.
Wow, that's awesome. Congrats, Leslie. Shannon Jones. I don't think anyone's here from Shannon Jones. Anyways, Shannon Jones team has a listing. $1,075,000 in Long Beach on Blackthorn, 3-bed. It looks like maybe 3-bath, 3.5. Penny McCann, Penny here, she's with their daughter. Penny has a listing in Lakewood, 3-bed, 2-bath, $835,000. Allison Van Wyk has one in Long Beach, $635,000, 3-bed, 2-bath. And that's it. Listing pitches. Coming soon. Buyer needs. Leslie.
I need more than 3 days. I've got about 6 buyers. They all need a Cerritos property.
What was it there? Or it's just, how do you get that business?
That was a golden letter, and it took me a year and a half to do. I was sending out golden letters when I first came on, and sent out 100 leads on 6 weeks. They were the first one to call me. I did a listing right away to them. They're quite elderly, so it took a little while to get them convinced that it was time to go. But once they did, they moved quickly. It was game on. And if you're lucky enough to get a listing of videos, you price it right, it'll sell right away.
Yeah, I'm asking because, you know, when you take a listing, what is the purpose of you taking a listing? What? To get or to find a buyer? Oh, she has 9. Yeah, maybe not her directly, but some of the maybe.
I have 6 that are mine.
6, so, I mean. Get out there, don't not, you know? It's amazing.
Yeah, it sounds to me, we have a lot of people with buyer needs, they're calling me in the office, and look, it's like, take that, and just like Benny said, generate your own listing, share it with the new agents, help them come up with a, something that can help serve you there, so. Anyone else? Buyer needs, listing pitches? Okay, moving on, Kim, I think you're up next.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Today, I thought I would just very quickly remind you about how easy it is to access some of the social media images inside of Command. You know, we have summer coming up and there are new holidays all the time. So let's take a look at where these are housed in Command. So if you want to, next slide, Halley.
There we go.
Okay, so right here, I'm in the dashboard of my Command, and I'm going to click on the applet designs from the menu on the left. And next slide. Okay, and then what you'll want to do is click Create a Design at the top right hand of the page. And then Command will ask you what type of image do you want to create. So print is for listing presentations, flyers, buyer consultations. But we want to click on social to access the social media sized images. And then once you do that, it will take you to all the templates, and there are hundreds and hundreds of templates in here. On the left-hand side in the different categories, I've clicked on June, so you can see some of the images that are available. There's Juneteenth and Father's Day, first day of summer. I think Pride Month was on here as well. So you just select the image that you'd like to start working with, and that's easy to do. So the yellow arrow is pointing to assets, and it's always a good idea to just go ahead and upload your headshot. Maybe you have 2 different headshots and you want one, headshot on a certain image and a different one on another image. You can upload those. Certainly any logos, team logos can be there. And then also any text that you just seem to use on a regular basis, whether it be your contact info or even your DRE number. Things that you just don't feel like typing every time you make an image, you can load all that in the assets, and it will be there on the left-hand side, just kind of hanging out, so that when you are working on designing an image, you can drag and drop those things into your image. So that's how easy it is. Check it out the next time you're looking for a social media image. I think you'll be surprised. They're always adding new things. And
I love that. Thanks, Kim. And the market update in there that they just released, gorgeous, really nice, very clean. So you can literally take the data from your Altos reports or from Realist or from any other program that you're using, plug it into that nice looking social media template very, very easily. So it should take you just seconds, right? Awesome. Thanks, Kim. Okay, Minnie, why don't you come on up here? Tell us, speaking of the market and stats, what's happening?
Okay, thank you. At the adjacent section at the back, you can hear and see fine together. Okay, excellent. That's just a little upgrade we did for the back. So let's see what we have. It's slashed a little bit over at the bottom. I don't have some of the stats over the units, etc. This is only median price for single family condos, townhomes, right? So let's go. We should have Long Beach, Silver Beach, and I guess Lakewood as well. Median price sold. This is for again for Long Beach, month over month. So you can see that the drop is about 7%. 7%. This is the city of Long Beach, okay? 7% it is sold. median price. Last April 2022, median was 850. Now it's about 790. It's as of again April last month. I don't have the number of units over here. This is for this is the active for sale. Long Beach. Again, I'm sorry, but just missing the number of units. The median right now is dropped by 2.7%, was 3%. It is let's say 730,000. That's the active. Hold on for a second. Yes, sold active, and then this is in escrow. In escrow right now, Long Beach dropped by 6.7%, but the median is about 700. So it is median for sale 730, and then it is under contract for 700. Sold. You can see the slides off Kim a little bit. Okay, the sold is at the end. 790 right now. Seal Beach. I'm going to start from the active. We always see that in Seal Beach, the big drops in the numbers for some reason. And it's also because of the price point there is a bit funky. We have a very low end. We have the more expensive units over there. Thanks for the units. So you see like 114, 134 more units this year, this April compared to last year. But look at the drop of the median price. It's 23% drop. 23% drop.
Isn't that a lot of these? Is that down?
It is most likely. It's more the. I mean,
You look at the inventory, see it. You go to search for a single family house, you maybe hit what, one, two? You know, it's so you know that Leisure World sells more units. So right now, when you're counteracting with maybe one or two, maybe half a dozen sales a month, right?
but I can sorry to catch you, but you know what? Just don't stress out because this is not accurate information. I apologize. There's no way. Seal Beach will have 6, 7, 10 maybe units. Instead, just I'm gonna skip this. I apologize. Well, no, with Leisure World, there's no way on 30. Those numbers are not real. Something is off with the matches that we pulled. So this is not good information. I apologize. Lakewood, that's more realistic over here. I'm gonna go for the active. 62 units as of last month in Lakewood. Kind of flat on the price point. We're 800. Sounds about right. Right, we had a few listings recently. That's the sweet spot over there, which increased naturally from the last few years. And whatever is going into contract, 33 units compared to 86 last year. That's a big drop. The median went up by almost 3%. Okay, so just because it's such a low inventory, listen to Leslie, right? She put one in Cerritos for. I didn't even know the price point over there is that high in Cerritos. Maybe it's a specific pocket. 9 offers, right? So
To do too many. More is hot. Desperate to get in the market. I mean, my average sales price has fallen tremendously this year, not because of property value decline. Those are the buyers that are out there. That's where our competition is. Anything under 800,000, you have multiple offers.
100%. And then especially if you're. I would say big cities, right? In South Bay. I did hear about some West Side, buyers. People are trying to kind of get, good house for a decent price, definitely under $1 million. You can't get it in the South Bay, close to the beach or West Side. Even in the San Fernando Valley, it's getting even harder. OC some areas. So they're going to go to areas where they can afford more. And they'll be able to, offer more as well. It smells like 2020 in a way, minus pandemic, of course. But it's just back to inventory. That's the issue, right? We definitely want to see that. When it goes to Lakewood closed units, 47 versus 64. So again, less units closed, the median dropped by 5%, but it's still on 820, still, good healthy price, right? By the way, it's good to learn the median price, but just figure out the trend. It doesn't mean that, if you're about to price something, you do a CMA, for specific property, specific area, you have to go median. So you have to go area specific, but the median give you the trend overall to understand like what's going on. Yes, question?
Yeah, regarding like this, it's a new, it's a big home too, 4 bedroom, 3 baths.
Leslie's?
Yeah.
5 bedroom, 3 baths.
See, so that makes a big difference. And Cerritos homes are normally very big, excellently designed, they are newer. So that's another thing that's going. But
That's
see, and it's centrally located, very close to almost everywhere.
It's a strong market.
Almost like that.
Another thing, just to mention that I see, I hear and I see different areas. It's not a trend yet. It's more common in commercial. We call it in commercial, we call it LOI, letter of intent. Like principal is going to send a LOI to another owner, right? Or buyer will send to a principal of the property LOI, like, hey, I want to buy the property, here are the terms, 1 page, 2 page, whatever. So I remember in 2012, 2013, 2014, when the market started to recover post-crash, right? The consumer had, again, this confidence, this trust in the housing market, lending, etc. I saw mostly from investors and builders, a lot of the agents, right? A lot of like signed RPAs, like actual offer being given to a homeowner, right? Just to get those like fixers or what have you. So those builders had a lot of cash, they want to buy it now. It was a very competitive market, and it started now to build up again. So so for example, Leslie, she has like a handful of buyers, right? So if you find a property that fits your buyer, your investor, what have you, you can, of course, you have to do it properly. You have to have the right conversation. You got to be a solid lender. Reach out to Mike, reach out to Alex. And if you're not certain how to do it properly, talk to us, our broker, etc., or your mentor. But you can even go instead of a letter or donut, you can just go right away with a signed offer on behalf of your buyer, right? That can be extremely competitive, and that's like, hey, I'm ready to buy your house. Because sometimes money talks, and people are not as motivated. But when they, wow, I got an offer for $800,000 for my house right now, and I only owe $200,000. That could make sense. It's like real, tangible. Make sense? So this is something that's a bit more aggressive approach that I saw it again back in 12, 13. It's coming back right now. I see. I still start to see and hear a bit more about that. No, Sarah, Brandy, you up next.
Oh, she just stepped out.
Perfect turn. There you go. Come on. Thank you, guys.
Benny, how do I get the controls back up here? The Zoom controls? I think I'm still sharing my screen, no? Yeah, okay. I need to stop sharing. Awesome. Here we go. What do you have for us today, T? Okay, so I know that I talk about the Fidelity Total Farm doing the Facebook and Instagram ads through our system. So I wanted to show you guys today how you can kind of link the Facebook ads with list reports. So I know that sometimes, we talk and you think, oh, I can only do a Facebook ad if I have a listing. That's not true. You can utilize list reports or even command to do different types of ads. Our system also allows you to target renters. So you can target renters or homeowners. So that's something cool that I like about the system. So I'm just showing you here the steps. There's only a few steps in here, but what I wanted to show you is within the system, just find where it is. You can see here where it says destination URL. This is where you would be going to go to list reports to actually pull a specific link. And then you can also get your content as well from there. Okay, so let me scroll down and show you. Obviously, you would log into your list reports and you have two sections that you can go to. So if you have a listing, obviously you would go to your marketing kits, and they're actually going to have pre-done social media shareables for you, okay? You can come in, you can customize it fully through the system. And then what it's going to actually do is it's going to give you a website. So a single use property website for your listing, okay? So you would plug that website into your destination URL. The other section are list packs. So if you don't have a listing, you're wanting to target around your farm area, you can come in here and utilize the list pack section, and you can select from a multiple different options. So you've got, you know, homes with pools, upgraded kitchens, condos and townhomes, and you can come in and customize the areas. So with our Facebook and Instagram ads, the cool thing that it does, so normally it's just a minimum of 15-mile radius. This is actually targeting your specific geographic farm, okay? We normally say you want to go a little bit further out because you want to target maybe like 2,500, but you still want to be targeting those homes within your geographic farm. And what it allows you to do is it also is trying to, if you select mail address, it's actually trying to find that owner if they're out of state, maybe they're out in the desert. So you don't get that if you're doing it through Facebook, you only get it doing it through our Fidelity Total Farm. So these are just different ways that you can kind of utilize and mix the two. If you have any questions with it, let us know. If you don't have a Total Farm account and need that, I can also get you set up. Does anyone have any questions? No?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you,
All right,
Taylor.
thank you.
Great. Sarah, come on up here. What do you have for us today, Sarah?
Just things I see in escrow, guess update. I know I always reiterate chain of title. If you guys have sellers that have, like, somebody's passed away, there's power of attorneys, there's trust, double check everything that's already recorded or maybe what's not recorded. So, like, for example, I have a file that's a listing agent or an agent about to list a property, and there were two partners on title, both have died. They never transferred or recorded the property in their trust. I just got all the documents to see if we can record the deeds that they are signed, they just never recorded it. But everything was signed once we got it by a power of attorney. So the person who died didn't even sign everything. So now we're going through the hassle of trying to figure out, does it go to probate? Does it go to Hegstad? You know, these are things just to keep in mind because probate and Hegstad are going to take a while. Right now I have attorneys telling me Hegstad orders take about a year, maybe 6 months, and a probate could be quicker, it just depends on the situation. And just in case someone's not familiar, I know title just walked away, but Hegstad orders are basically you going to court to prove the intent was there to put this property into a trust. So it's a cheaper process, but it's a longer process. So just things to keep in mind when you're going through the chain of title, or you have someone that said, I'm the successor, I'm the trustee, or I'm the power of attorney, anything like that. Let's make sure we review docs so you guys have an idea of who the signer is, and if we're going to have to go to court, get probate, get a Hegstad order, just so we know. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. Great, Brandy, come up here. What do you have for us, Brandy?
Good afternoon, everyone. Brandy with Fidelity National Home Warranty. So what I have today are some little flyers on seller's coverage. I know people ask about this a lot, what it includes, what it entails. So I have a few flyers here. I'll leave them back here. You guys can pick them up. But basically, it's $1 a day. It's a really great closing gift to give because, you know, the house is usually on the market 30 or 45 days, and it's just proven that the house sells quicker when there is a seller's policy on it. I had recently a loan where it wouldn't close unless the furnace was replaced, and they actually had seller's coverage, and we replaced the furnace so they were able to close the transaction. So it's a really great option to have. It automatically turns into a buyer's policy. Okay, people always go, what happens if it falls out of escrow? I'm not going after you for the $10 that it was on the market for 10 days or whatever. Okay. So I also want to just remind you guys, with summer coming up, for those of you who don't know, we have a program called EC Purchasing, and you guys can get discounts on car rentals, hotel stays, your cell phone up to 22%, office supplies, things like that. But we just added, which I think is really cool, we added food and wine. So I'm sure a lot of you guys will like that, but we also added like amusement parks and entertainment, like Universal Studios and places like that. So there's no catch to this. You don't even have to use me for home warranty. It's that free. You just do this QR code and go on. They'll ask me if you're a realtor. I'll say, yes, you are. and you're good to go. You'll be able to start using discounts immediately. I was just in Lake Tahoe this weekend visiting my daughter for Mother's Day, and I had a car rental for 5 days through purchasing for $150. So top of the line, Chrysler Mini. So take advantage of it and it was, I wanted to take it home. But you guys have a great day, and I'll leave all the stuff in the back. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Randy. Thank you. Alex, what do you have for us?
Hello. Here's the rates for today. Low sixes on the conventional, high fives on the FHA, jumbos in the mid fives. Rates are still just kind of hovering right around there. It hasn't been a ton of movement lately. The debt ceiling argument in Congress is looming right now. That's really what's going on. They're kind of political posturing. But if we don't get the debt ceiling raised, there's going to be some default on the U.S. debt, which really, and if it does happen, it's scary. So keep your eye on that. They're meeting today, right now, actually, as we speak, to try to get the debt ceiling raised. So that's what's going on there. Just remember that we can do other type of loans, right? It's not just FHA conventional jumbo here. Bridge loans, it's hard money loans, it's home equity lines of credits, fixed second loans, right? We have access to all of those products. That is really our value add. That's why the broker model in the mortgage world is there. And the last thing I want to talk about is just a quick story. I had a member of or agent in the office come into my office the other day, and they're really trying to bump the price point for this client, the buyer. They took the pre-approval letter at face value. It wasn't someone in the office. It wasn't from me. Like, hey, is there any way you could sit down and look at this client's returns, look at their pay stubs, see if we can derive some more income, if you're able to, make this client, $100,000 more valuable here. And we were able to do it. Our rates are a little bit lower. I was able to uncover some bonus income, some commission income that the other lender wasn't using. So just keep in mind, don't take these pre-approval letters from other lenders at face value. If you need to bump the price points for clients, we can do that. I can sit down, I can look at the client's returns, stubs, W-2s, see if we can come up with a little bit more purchase power for you guys. That's because we're right here in the office, right? Come in, walk in and talk to us. That's the value add for you guys. Please keep that in mind.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. Thank you. Jason, what do you have for us?
Yeah, you have to come here, Jason.
Yeah.
They said I could talk about whatever I wanted today, which I thought was kind of cool. So I thought I'd start off with a joke about optimism and pessimism. Okay. So there's this little kid's parents are really worried about him. One's optimist, the other was a pessimist, right? And the psychiatrist like, I know she gets big problems in the house. They're about 5 and 6 years old. So they said we've had this in-room therapy that works pretty well for him. So what we're going to do is we're going to put one in one room, one in the other. The pessimist, we're going to give them a bunch of toys he can play with for hours. And then the optimist, we're going to put a bunch of horse maneuver in there and see what he does with that. And we come back and we're going to ask questions. So they come back, come to the toy room to the pessimist and said, how's it going in here? He's sitting there just crying, shaking his head. He says, someone's going to take these toys from me. And it's going to be just a short amount of time. I'm going to be out of here and my toys will be gone. It's like, gosh, this isn't really working really well. So we'll see if we walk over here. Comes over, goes manure everywhere. Can't find the kid. Look around. Looks in the bottom of the pile of manure. What are you doing down there? He says, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere. So, and I thought about it today because I thought, like, we talk about numbers, we talk about everyone doing well, not doing well. There's a lot of people that don't have a lot of success in this business. There's many people in this office that aren't doing the business they want to do. And I would say the years I've been doing this, stay optimistic, not blindly optimistic, but in a patterned way, you do your work. As Richard said, get your butts to work, right? Come up with a plan, be optimistic about what you're doing. If it's not working, change what you're doing. But be optimistic because there is business to be had. It just may not be the business you thought it was going to be. In my world, I thought that I was going to be the multifamily king 5 years ago. And I do my share of multifamily over the years, but that's not what my business looks like. And I just keep plugging away, and eventually I'll have more share of that market. But I'm optimistic about it. but I don't blindly just say, oh, it's gonna happen, I have a plan. So this business of ours, be optimistic, because there's a Tony in there somewhere.
Jason, Jason, so my multi-family, would you?
Yeah. Oh, you're just. I told you that joke yesterday, otherwise it would have been a lot more panic about the punchline. I wasn't sure where it was going. Awesome. I love that. Simon, you're online virtually for us.
Good afternoon. How's everyone doing? Awesome. So, hot topic that's going on right now. I heard it through the PWR last week is school ratings and the climb potential fair housing discrimination issues that we're facing. You know, all of us at one point in time do open houses, and we probably get approached by a consumer saying, hey, how's the school system? How's the school district? What is the ratings? Well, it's something that you should be cautious when discussing, you know, these ratings with the clients due to the potential fair housing and discrimination issues. When conveying this information, agents should be really stick to the objective data from reliable third-party sites, similar to like criminal sites, sex offender website, right? We should rely on third-party websites, not necessarily our information. What's happening is that people are relying too much on our data information, and what's causing is issues and potential discrimination potential issues in the transaction. So what I encourage, can I share my my screen real quick, Halley? So I want to share a site that you can jump on. Can everyone see my site?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So this is the Department of California School. This website would give you some insights that you can lead the conversation and ultimately give this information to the potential consumer that's inquiring of information on school ratings, right? Where you go on this site, you can go to data and stats, and then that brings you to this information. I just use this as an example for the city of Torrance, the Torrance Unified School District, but it's called the California School Dashboard. Here you plug in the school district, the zip code, and all of the information that you want on a particular area, and then it'll bring up this this platform that will give you, you know, charge of high, low, medium, very high standards and all that good stuff. It also provides you with the information on the school district websites and grade service as well. So it's a great tool that you can also utilize for the purpose of generating as part of your presentation as well. But you want to use third-party sites, not really rely on your information, because that may be a violation of discrimination. So again, just wanted to kind of give you that perspective. You can also pull the information from the California Association of Realtors under the quick guide. Can we talk about schools? There gives you a synopsis of information, and it also gives you the actual report card where you can jump on, which is the site that I just shared with you. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And if you want a copy of this, please let me know or Kim know, and we'll be more than happy to send this over to you. That's all I have.
That's great, Simon. Thank you. And I think one of the important things on that page says, you know, we need to treat everyone fairly, but most importantly, equally the same, right? So if you provide data or information for one client for a nice school, or for a school with certain parameters that they're looking for, make sure you're providing every client that same information they request. Do you follow me? It's about making sure that we treat everyone the same. Okay.
What's the website again?
Simon, can you please drop the website in the chat, and then we can send it out afterwards or put it in the put it in the link, but this is the California Department of Education. And Simon, how did you get to that cool little graph thing from that same website?
Yeah, so what I did was, let me share my computer. You can click on this, and again, we can send it over to you. That'll take you right into the website, and that takes you to cde.ca.gov, which is the California Department of Education. From here, you hover to data and stats, and then that'll take you into the California School Dashboard. And here you can put in, last year's stats, the year before, and you can be very specific when it comes to, let me show you.
Simon, your screen hasn't changed. So we'll just have you drop that stuff in the chat. We can put it on our Facebook, and then that way we can have it available for everyone. Does that sound good?
I'll drop it on the chat right now. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Simon. Okay, moving on. And we'll start the slideshow again. Okay, next up, let's take a look at all of our training and events that we have coming up for the week and for the rest of the month. So today, this is happening at 2 p.m. via Zoom. If you're curious about how to do an open house sign-in sheet and have the leads funneled directly into command, join our regional tech trainer, John Morris. He's an amazing person, Maps PC coach, the whole 9 yards. Join him at 2 p.m. Sophia has a Zoom link. You should have had it in your morning email as well. So just reach out to her, stop on the way out and join him. It'd be a great time to get to know him and to learn a little bit more about technology. So tomorrow at noon during our core series, our own Joni Marshall is going to be going over how to price your listing. Joni, realtor extraordinaire, capper, appraiser, is going to teach us how to price listings. So this is going to be awesome. Thank you, Joni. So tomorrow at noon, you want to make sure that you're there to be able to learn a little bit more about pricing in this market. I think that's important. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen the promotion for this, or have heard of this. But there is a softball tournament. It's called King of the Hill, and it's over in RPB. And apparently the South Bay offices and PD offices have participated for many years. It's dominated by real estate offices. And apparently this is a very fun, very competitive day of playing softball together. So we've decided we're putting together a team with all of our offices in mind. And we have the tryouts coming up this week. And yes, it says tryouts because that's how seriously they take it. Nettie, do you have any comments about this?
Simon actually have all the information.
Simon, comments about this? What is it?
Absolutely. We're actually having a trial this Thursday at 3 p.m. So if anyone is interested in participating and being part of it, we'd love to have you there.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, so all the information there, scan the RSVP. We really need some postal peeps to come out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll be cheering in the sidelines like a real ridiculous soccer mom. But we'll have that going on. Good. I'm glad James is scanning it. Anyways, please join us on Thursday.
So yeah, it'll be just quick. It'll be at the Walteria Park here in the city of Torrance. So tryouts again at 3 p.m.
Awesome. Yes. I've heard that there might be a couple practices prior to the tournament. Again, very competitive. It can be agents if you guys have young adults that are, I've heard good is what they're asking.
Well, another recommend is connect with the ALC of Penn Harbor. They're already practicing on a weekly basis for the last month or so. And Simon, do you guys have scheduled for the South Bay office practices or not yet?
As of yet, no, Manny. We don't have scheduled practice dates, but that's something that we'll definitely talk about on Thursday.
I think it's gonna be fun. I think Leslie's gonna try out. So that's great. Great. So learn to get and convert online leads. It's happening with Michael McCall this Thursday from 2 to 3 as well. So you guys can hop on, learn a little bit more about how to convert online leads through our UpCity system, any online leads. It's a great opportunity to come and to learn, because handling that client and getting them in your pipeline looks a little bit different when they come in online.
I can go back to that slide. Just came from the TV meeting and one of Lori, one of the agents closed the UpCity. It's like 800 something here alone. So it should have been your lead, not the agent lead, basically, but she closed. And now she got to refer from that person to buy another thing, a friend, what have you, which she wouldn't need to share with UpCity, because it's not family. So that's kind of cool. Part of your funnel should be online business, right? And the cool thing about this program, and Michael, who's a trainer, they're gonna train you how to be just a better agent in general, because it's about, like how fast you're planning the lead, how fast you're responding, not just instructor, like generally speaking, right? It's gonna give you more of the wisdom of how to be responding properly, right? And then also how you can convert those leads, which all of them are, maybes or kind of junk leads, how we call them, what have you, bogus leads, into actual business, right? You have to know the art of. So definitely take advantage of it. In this office, we have about 20-something million currently in the pipeline. Some of you are taking advantage of it. 20-something mil also in a South Bay office, PV a bit lower on the 10 because it's nearer to them. Take advantage.
Awesome. Thanks, Minnie. Mr. Epics himself, May 24th. This is a core session. So if you're a mentee, if you're a new agent, you absolutely need to be here. This is a very important discussion about ethics, about being an ethical realtor, about what you can and can't do. Rob served on the grievance committee for many years, and so he's going to talk about that process and what that looks like to turn someone in, to what happens when you get turned in. So make sure you join us May 24th. He is providing lunch, so we do need RSVPs. Please RSVP to Sophia at the front so we can make sure we have enough lunch for everyone. Again, May 24th at noon. KPA, what's the KPA? The Keller Personality Assessment. So KPA is a great assessment that was created by Gary Keller that basically shows us a little bit about how you work, how you process things. It's like a much more in-depth version of the DISC. Okay, it's going to give all of those traits, all of your learned abilities. Benny and I are going to be coaching and teaching on this. That's happening Tuesday at 10:30 before the team meeting on May 30th. It's something that we coach on and use quite often with top producers. Gary actually refuses to meet with anyone until they bring their KPA to him. So he will not actually meet and help and coach and consult anyone without them running through this process and giving us all the insight. Benny, do you have any comments on this?
I think it's pretty crucial to know your strengths and your weaknesses, our strengths and weaknesses, mostly our strengths, so we can do more of what we're good at and learn how to leverage what we're naturally not as strong at. And by doing that, becoming a better, more efficient professional. Any person. It's a pretty in-depth assessment. It gives you a lot of story. It's way more in-depth than the DISC. Now the reason that we kind of dropped from the DISC, but you can go online and take like the free versions, what have you, because KW came to realize that the DISC had you as a 2-letter person, right? You're a DI or a CS or IS, whatever that is, and that's it. And then they will tell you, oh, if you're not those two, leading by those two, you probably won't be as a successful agent as he is. So it's not as encouraging, if it makes sense, right? The KPA give you similar content in the sense of the description, and then breaks the traits, what are you really strong at, but then it just helps you to understand, okay, I'm really good at that, doing specific things, let me do more of those versus try to make an effort to be someone else, right?
Something else that I discovered in my career now, 12 years, is that you change and adjust as well. I may have taken the desk 4 times, if I remember the second or third time, I was just absolutely adamant that the score was incorrect. I stormed back and I said, we've got to restore this. This is wrong. I know this is wrong.
Because the city changed, we went up. Yeah. And see, so.
It's really common,
Yeah, anyway, if you don't understand like what we like, if it's like, nerd talk right now over here about that's because it's passionate about self-development. This is self-development, right? So it's a must.
Self-development or nerd talk, I love it. Book club, speaking of nerds, who like to read, I love book club, happening, free time, lose the busy work and love your business, May 30th from 5 to 6. Join Alice and Donna here as they discuss the book, what you've learned, what you haven't learned. Lastly, dominate listings with real estate planning. So Dan Ihara is coming. He's the head of KW Real Estate Planner. And again, if you guys haven't seen any of the times Dan's been on here, he's an amazing speaker, runs a large team out of Hawaii, and he's traveling now around speaking the power of real estate planning, how to help someone build what this looks like in their legacy and their kids, and then selling properties and then leveraging it into something else. But that's coming up June 21st. It's literally in our backyard. The whole region is hosting it here at Old Ranch, nice and close. Again, that's June 21st. I'd love to have you join me from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So go ahead and scan RSVP. He's going to talk about conversations and questions that convert appointments into agreements, advanced 1031 exchange and DST strategies, and then help investors build wealth and transfer wealth.
Let me just add
Yeah.
things, even more specific. First of all, it's $125 because the rich is going to sponsor most of it. So it's definitely, no brainer investment. Dan specializes in mostly in the elderly community. And he's teaching all the tricks and all the philosophy and all the his success for me to see how to build business that focuses on that, or if you're already somewhat doing it, how to take it to the next level. Okay, he's one of the top agents in Hawaii. I forgot which island is from, but I mean he's dominating like that community which is in Hawaii is quite a bit of the elder community out there. He has a system, and you can't just go with the community and get out of it. You've got to be proven, like top niche professional. He's the guy. So definitely, it's like you mentioned, down the street from us.
Yeah.
No
brainer. Yeah. No brainer. Absolutely. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Just say the cheese and there's no wine.
Bye, guys.
Next Sunday.